Ramadan Kareem everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ramadan Spotlights, where we'll be showing you how to add a special touch to your Ramadan experience. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Ramadan is the best time to rediscover the flavors of Bahrain. Hope you're hungry, because we've got some traditional Bahraini dishes to share.
Crunchy on the outside and soft and airy on the inside, lughaimat, a well-known dessert in the Arab world, are bite-sized sweet dumplings made of flour, sugar and yeast that are whipped up into a soft and smooth batter and deep-fried till they are a nice golden color. Add some sugar syrup and they're ready to be served.
Lugaimati, it's a simple lugaimat shop where we reintroduce the idea of lugaimat, which is a daily dish craved by Bahrainis from all ages. The whole idea of the shop is to transform it from a traditional dish related to occasions and things like that, and to family gatherings, into an everyday dish by modernizing the flavors. For Ramadan, for our customers, we will introduce this year qataif, which is a traditional Ramadan item. We will continue also on the same pace and the same quality in terms of our lugaimat, whether it's the plain or the stuffed, and we will continue with the same sauces we were offering all year round. Although we modernized the idea of lugaimat, we kept the traditional part of it by keeping the shira, honey, and dips sauces. In those, the best seller is the dips. And in terms of the modern flavors, which are we have 9 to 11 flavors, the best sellers we have like the Nutella sauce, the pistachio sauce, and we have the condensed milk with cinnamon sauce. These are our best sellers every day. They are in the top 3, top 4. In times like this, where everybody is staying safe and staying at home, we have made the lugaimat boxes closer to you than you imagine. We have signed with the applications like Talabat and Hunger Station. We'll be signing more applications soon also. But at the same time, we've created a delivery department which caters and delivers to all the areas of Bahrain. Basically, we will be delivering to all places in Bahrain regardless of the location.
Delicious. Reporting for Bahrain International, I'm Mariam Al-Bayati. Thank you for watching.
Students, here's another one for you. Maintain that perfect GPA for a stress-free Ramadan. President Susan Saxton of the American University of Bahrain has some tips for you.
Education and social distancing may sound like a difficult combo, but Bahrain's universities are well prepared. We spoke to the American University of Bahrain to learn more about their experience.
Some people really just like working at home in a nice, comfortable space with a nice shirt from the waist up and their little bunny slippers on the ground. Some people are just more comfortable that way, and if they're more comfortable, they may be more engaged. Some of the students have told us that they're having a really good experience online. I have heard that they like, in some cases, the online a little bit better. And I think that's great because, let's face it, this is the way of the world. This is what's happening now. And they are starting to gain a technical competency that they might not have had when they came here. Now, what's kind of cool about it is we know that they'll need to use some of these things in the future. But they're also the generation that, takes to technology. You would think that they might like this a little bit better.
We've had to adapt really in every department in some way or another. So of course, with the facility, we don't have any students on the campus at the moment. So we're taking this as an advantage to make some modifications, look at things in a different way than we had looked at them before. Of course, in marketing, the traditional aspect of marketing is no longer appropriate for us. So we're pushing more on social and trying to engage with our students that way since we're not seeing them face to face.
Well, nobody likes change, going through change is always a challenge. However, the response that we got so far is very, very positive. In fact, we've seen that our students are performing better than they performed in the previous semester. It might be that the apprehension of doing things online means that the students feel that they need to put more effort.
We have to learn to communicate in many different modalities. We did not miss a day, so we were really happy about that. I have to do a great big shout out to our faculty because look what we asked them to do. They were all hired to be on this big, beautiful campus. And then we said, hey, guess what? Can you take all that great stuff that you do in the classroom and just go ahead and put it online? Oh, and have it done by, well, tomorrow. We see each other all the time because we're always on Microsoft Teams. In fact, maybe a little bit too much. But we get to see each other a lot and we get to communicate quite often.
We are seeing engagement in social media actually go up. And it could be a reaction to the more engaging content that we're trying to put out. We recently did a video of a campus tour on our Instagram page. And it's also just the result of people having more time to spend on social, right, when they're at home. We were lucky in that we had all of these systems set up to do the transition on the next day. As soon as we knew we couldn't have face-to-face classes, we were online literally the next day. So for us, the transition may have been a bit easier for our students because of that fact. So some students prefer this type of engagement. They're asynchronous, right? They're working on their own. They can spend their time how they'd like to spend it in order to learn the material. So it's been overall, I think, a pretty positive experience.
Many of our faculty are providing one-to-one tutoring sessions, which is an amazing support that we offer to our students.
One of the things I think is great, we have some faculty who just spend the time in real time with the students, just explaining about the assignments. So, let's talk about how this assignment needs to be turned in. Let's talk about, technically how this assignment should be submitted to us. And so this is a good thing too, because they're teaching the students some really excellent technical skills. And they're not trying to replicate the same experience, they're trying to do some new things with new tools.
As for the students returning from the US, AUBH has got your back.
Considering the fact that we offer an American curriculum, it means that the students can take some of the courses with us and transfer credit to the universities that they are part of in the States, even for students who still did not start their studies in the US. But considering the US as an option, they can come and take what we call the general education courses, the Gen Ed courses, which are quite universal all across the States. By doing that, they will not be losing any of the credits that they might be taking during their first year.
The team at AUBH also had some fantastic things to say to the students studying whilst practicing social distancing, as well as observing the holy month of Ramadan.
Distance learning, you have the opportunity to find what works for you, right? So during Ramadan, when you're fasting, sometimes it's harder for people to work during fasting hours and find it more productive to work after iftar. For some people, it's the opposite. And so I've been working in education in this region for 10 years, and I've seen the difference. But I think because we're learning from a distance today, it gives people the opportunity to really find what works for them, more so than we would if we were face-to-face in our class. Share the experience as much as you can with your friends and your parents so they understand what you're doing.
Well, I would say, Ramadan is the time of the year where usually families get together, and the current circumstances might not allow students to have that opportunity. I would say use it as an opportunity to use online platforms in fun ways and nice ways to interact with your friends and families. Don't lose touch and make the most out of the situation. I feel that the current situation also gives us an opportunity to focus more on our relationships. It's like the distraction of going out and wasting time in coffee shops now. We have all that time to focus on our relationships, and I would say to our students, focus on your studies and focus on the relationships, things that really mean the most.
You know, share the learning with your family. You're there, you're doing these things that are really interesting, and you're going to a fantastic university. Show them what you're doing in class. It might make class more fun. It's like bring your family to school day. And maybe, while you're relaxing with your family during Ramadan, they might just enjoy seeing what you do in a normal day.
Niyyah or intention is wajib and should be made either on the first night of the month or on each night. It doesn't need to be uttered verbally. This month is all about positive change. However, we should not overburden ourselves with long lists, but rather focus on 1 or 2 areas to improve and stick to. Consider making a commitment to stop one bad deed and to start doing one good deed on a continuous basis. Let's make the Holy Quran our best companion in this holy month. Not only should we recite, but we should allocate some time in the day for reflection and understanding its rich meanings. It will connect with our hearts since this month is the spring of the Quran. And that's all for today, but be sure to catch us on another episode of Ramadan Spotlights tomorrow, same time. Have a blessed time and a wonderful evening. Goodbye.